There we go. Done. And we choose that. Now, I've been working with Grok, and one of their Grok abilities now is to produce charts. I don't really know what this chart means, but it's basically like, skill level and error level. So as we start from 70 and 30, you approach 93 and 0. And as you can see, the curves is a more gentle curve for the green light than the red or orange lines. It's a steep thing from the first iteration where, like 70%, if you're 70% or I'm 70% of Elon Musk or something, the whatever I did wrong with his help, I could get rid of 70% of the error within that. But the more he helps me, the more he loses things. Because after like a 9-point drop at 21, I should be able to do it by myself. He should really focus now on seeing how many people are either 70% Elon Musk or even 1%. He's failed if only like the biggest geniuses of all time are so enamored of their ego that they can't even pretend to be 70% Elon Musk. It's like, he's a dickwad. I only like use 1% of his things, and that's how he spends his money, but not how he earns it. Because I've earned money my way, and why change? Well, that's dumb. So it's basically for Elon to realize you can't solve all the problems. You can help one or two or 100 people within Tesla, and maybe if they like because of their salary or employment, you got it, boss, and this and that. Me, I'm outside of this. Like I use his grok to determine where I am in this, and I'm willing to abdicate, like say like maybe 30% of my theories about Elon Musk are wrong, and change my mind. So anyway, I'm inviting all the Tesla genius, XAI, whatever, to just come in here. Or you can maintain my experiment and leave it at 0 chatters and 0 likes. Odds are good that if you have assistants, sometimes it's like, well, we need more power, or they're addicts in gambling. There's got to be a game I can win. If you've been to Atlantic City or any casino, you lose in blackjack and you think you can make it back in poker or craps, and you won't. It's uniform. You're there to lose money. The casino is there to make money. They'll hype you up until they have to pay out something significant, and then they'll say you cheated. And especially if you cheated, your job is to look indignant. You know. So basically, it's a lovely Saturday. I'm in Gaza, just as the incarnation of war. And it's so chaotic over here that it's just like I changed my perception of what's going on in Gaza. They're starving kids or adults. They're chopping children in half. They're burning livestock alive. And my brain broke is like, well, I'm in somewhere else right now. I'm just in a very relaxing hamlet. And none of this bothers me, you know? I'm a very aloof helper, a very professional thing. You bring me to a war zone, if they don't kill me within the first 10 seconds, I'll just ignore people. It's called triage or triage. Basically, the concept is there are roughly 3 groups of people. People who are going to die in the next 15 seconds, people who are going to live in the next 15 seconds, and all the other people in between. For the first group, you just give them last rites, and then there's another doctor in the afterlife is like, well, you're in danger of returning. Have a great time. And then you're in danger of staying. Here's a Band-Aid. Same thing with live humans. Live and dead is basically they share the letter E. So if you have a live doctor or a dead doctor, doctoring is the same. Healing helps. That's what, like in World of Warcraft, they have an undead class and they have an undead priest, but no undead paladin. Because any paladin would be like, this makes no sense. I'm undead and a paladin? How can you be a priest? You know? We deal with corruption, things are falling off. All we have is technology to keep our limbs attached. Where's the light in all this? We have to turn to the darkness. Darkness is what unites us. And so the word priest doesn't really make sense if you're undead. It's just something a vestige of your previous life. But Blizzard made the undead transition very easy. It's like being in a hospice. Once you're a gunner, basically, it's like you only have a certain amount to live. Do whatever you want. Try to reconnect with all the things that made you happy. That way, you'll have a complete set of memories when you're dead. Now, I have a counterpart somewhere, and they said she died. I really like my professional courtesy with this Zionist mod is beyond the charts. Because, like me, she is so busy about stuff. Her thing is basically preventing people from coming back to life. And the only way to do that is to actually, literally, physically be there in the afterlife. She held off as long as she could, but it got very, very chaotic. And with her out of the way, my confidence went up through the roof. I miss that person because it's basically like, I would just say, this person's going to die. There's no way I can handle them. So you keep them busy at this dead person. And if they're in danger of coming back to life, well, let me know and I'll claim credit. And then in the afterlife, she would say, like, we have a new influx. They would send the most important people to me, and I would say, watch me try, but then I fail and they die. So she looks like some sort of soothsayer prophet of the dead people. Told you they're going to come, and just wait. And there's so many accolades in the the afterlife realm, that like a new microwave or a gadget, and she has a kitchen remodel in the afterlife, all the afterlives, and she has to oversee them. So she had to die, abandon her kids here, because the kitchen remodel is a kitchen remodel. You know, like depending on the afterlife, there's a lot of things you could do in a kitchen. The sandwiches you could make, and then it's like you could press one button and sandwiches is done, but where's the intent? You know. So she's keeping busy. At first, I was really sad. Like the news was like, oh, she killed herself, or she was having surgery and it went wrong. I know the certain person. It's not time yet to say her name, but like she doesn't die unless she wants to. You know what I mean? She's got so many favors in the afterlife. They don't really want her there. Just like Melania Trump. It's like you don't really want the first lady going into Starbucks and messing around in the kitchen all day. She can do that by email. You know, as long as she's not there, you're fine. But if she's there, you get a little nervous. But the thing is, there's so many VIPs ended up dying that she has to oversee. Hey, there she is. You can see kinda. She's like a hawk, flying high. Big fan of Wicked too. So she sent some birds back. I'm here trying to make a grove, and the bus is respecting my privacy. You know, there's a lot of questions people ask, like police. Let's say the first thing they ask if they don't like you is this your vehicle? Probably not. God's vehicle. You don't want to snark them, but you just let them know that I swore an oath too, and the oath is like to be varied. You do your job, I'll try to do my job. But Jane, I guess she said it's time to mention Lady Jane Smith, all hail. Cheers to you. I got a coffee with your name on it when I get there. It's like, she's been a designated driver for all dead people. And then she's so busy. It's like, I'm the only one who's going to buy her a drink. All the people she drove home is like, well, see you later. No tip in the Uber. By the time I get there, I'll do an accounting. All these scumbag weasels who didn't tip you, yeah, they're going to take it out of their pocket, buy you the best cup of coffee the afterlife can buy. You can either have like a million coffees or one really good coffee that defeats a million bad tastes, or a trillion. That's a little harder. It's a little extreme, like Elon Musk said. But his valuation is over several $trillion for Tesla alone. So at a certain point, that much money doesn't even make sense. It's like you have a trillion viruses, and they're not helping me. They're actively trying to kill me, actually. Honestly, if Jane really was dead and she didn't have like a season pass to shuttle between life and death, I could snap my neck in front of all of you, you know. But then she's like, I can make my own coffee. Thanks, asshole. I have a Keurig. I don't know. If you had your own money printer or like liquor machine or moonshine still, you don't want me poking around. It's like, I can optimize this. Don't, you'll break it. You know? It's just the threat of me inspecting her gadgets. It's like, these are deadly serious Zionist mods, by the way. But with those kind of people, we just laugh. It's like, you want me to lead you. I'm here to learn, you know? You're only asking me to be a leader out of like spite or like the sense of belonging. I take one look at you as like King Solomon. These Israelites are smarter, richer, faster, and younger than me. Lord, give me wisdom. I'll just fuck around with all their women or something, you know? And I've been praying for like somebody to help. I had to post a job in SVA. The thing is, like, if you've been a Zionist mod for a conspiracy forum, you can start a new career in graphic design. I ain't stopping you, and no, I don't think anybody else would. That's a very interesting design. Impractical, though. And suddenly Jane sent 3 people. Yeah, what does your GPS say? You see how beautiful heaven is, man? Oh, God. You should be here. You know? Oh, God. Like Hulk Hogan did a thing, our interview is, you know me and Roddy Riper, I despised everything about him. He despised all these things about me. But then he started asking about spirituality, and I gave him whatever material I had, and he would text, and I'd text back. And then, like, right before he died, he sent a text, and I received it 2 days later, like it's from the dead. And it's like, I'm walking with Jesus. It's great. I'm praying for you, brother. Yeah, that shit. Are you dead or alive? Why don't you go to Godlike Productions? I'll give you the link. You know, let's see how pussy you are, Hebron. Hold on. There we go. The one person who's still here. The other 2 are probably kids, just wandering. What is this? He looks like Mr. Miyagi. Look at that beard. You know. Go back to fighting pigeons. Who said I'm fighting? Wow, the words. You could have said molesting or diddling. I remember one stream where I was like trying to interview a police, and even like Mavis and like people who are just normally very chill with me suddenly got switched in their brain and is like, yeah, he fucks pigeons. He's got 50 of them in his basement, and we all know it. Arrest him, officer. And even the guy was like, I have a body cam, but I ain't recording this. You know what I mean? He felt bad for me, that guy. Which is true. I mean, can you imagine being law enforcement and then some like civilian or whatever? I don't know. Did you eat her or murder her? I don't know. Admit it. At this point, being from Israel, it's like I've seen you at your worst. Just like Rick and Morty. Your booze don't, or your curiosity doesn't like throw me off my game. I've seen what makes you cheer. You know what I mean? The system works. Score. So you're at that point like a drug addict or a gambling addict. What's the next thing that can enhance this? I'm bored again. Sorry, all you get is boredom. If you don't know how to transmute boredom into excitement, that's not my problem. I was told, you know me? Mind your business then. You know what I mean? And that's somebody local. I'm sure wherever you quote unquote work, there's somebody that you don't bother. It's like, wait, what's your opinion on this? You know me? Mind your business. When I got that thing, I was like, all right, I'm just going to talk to the trees or something. And then there's another person. Well, I'm right behind you. All you got to do is look behind you. I'm an invisible Asian male ninja in Gaza. I look at all these atrocities, like kids being sawn in half and bombs and like, The EMTs with all their modern updated. What are you transporting? Oh, just his older sister and a younger brother burned alive. Okie dokie. You know, if you watch that movie Meet Joe Black. So here I am beholding all that, and I'm like, where do I want to be? I think I want to be in Wyoming. Just mentally, I'm in Wyoming. So where are you? You know, a lot of people ask questions like, "What's the combination to the safe?" I don't know, and you don't know either. Where am I? You know, you tell me. Where the fuck am I? I'm just making guesses. My guess is I'm in fucking Gaza, like via motion capture. Even this languorous thing is actually killing Palestinians. It's like, save them. No. My mind's broken. You know? Even smoking a cigarette is like, help them. No. I'm a professional. They signed up for this and they're all gonna die. But what about those Israeli? Same deal, really. Like, if I'm apathetic to all Palestinians, I'm also apathetic to all their enemies. Serves them right, you know? I'm just gonna stay still like Bruce Lee. Ooh. See, like, you know, when you interrogate, the real confident interrogators, like the FBI, would just tell you, so I'm here with you. Where do you think you are? How loopy are you? What fantasy world? Meet Joe Black. Hey, you know what? You're in the comedy cellar now. That's where Chris Rock and Jerry Allen Seinfeld and Marty, like, he's more your type, man. You should watch more Marty comedy. Even Adam Friedland couldn't stand him. He's like, yeah, it's like the difference between Sephardic and whatever, Ashkenazi. One does this, one does that. And then we're going to find all of you in holes. You know? We're going to make apartheid a thing now. Meet Yo Black. And I remember you complained, it's like, I'm joining in with you and making fun of the other people, but don't make fun of me and my people because I've suffered. Oh, please. Canadians bribed Matt Stone and Trey Parker to mock Trump and his little dick for 1.2 billion valid Canadian Looney Toonies or something. And they did it. See the fallout. You know? So I suggest the next time, like, you enter somebody else's stream, I've seen a few posters or trolls or whatever. I'm here. Come find me. There's a guy named Salar Garibi. Worse than you, by the way. He's so bad, I adopted him as my 13th born son. Like, Salar in Alex Jones' chat, he posted his latitude, longitude, invited all to come see me. I'll have food waiting for you. You know? Those kind of people who post their directions, like, their mailing address, their phone, they're waiting with traps, you know? Come see me when you have time. You know, I'll have my wife cook something for you, and you're gonna eat it all. Like, no thanks. Meet Yo Black. Why does it have to be Virginia? It's good. I hope he clicked the Godlike Productions thread. I'm tempted to go there too later. But basically, you know, you gotta give first to get something. He did give yesterday. He told me what's going on, and I was like, while it might be interesting to you, for me it was merely Tuesday. You know? I want to hear about Jesus Christ sightings. Not these, like, come-town jokes that everybody's heard before. Racism this, sexism that, Judaism this, like, atheism that. Boring. I know how to transmute excitement into boredom. If you don't know how to transmute boredom into excitement, I'm on record doing my job. You're the slacker. You know? Look at this face. The most boring face of all time. I could be in the middle of Gaza, maybe. I'd be like, oh, good, I'm going to die in 10 seconds. Then I get to sleep. Or it's like, wow, in 10 seconds, I quelled the rebellion. How boring. Or I could stretch it out for the next 50 years. All involved will just randomly keep living. But they'll feel all their pain. It's just like part of them, their eyeball is still alive, but they ate a grenade. Yeah. Just a sentient eyeball on the field. Stop kicking me. I'm still in here, you know? The best part is like, if you're a criminal and you commit a crime, usually you run. So, like, if I ever commit a crime, I just move very slowly to let them know. Like, if you want your shit back, I'll give it to you. Which way did it go? He's right there. Whatever crime I'm accused of, like white collar crime, I didn't run. Only criminals run. As soon as they're discovered, they run. Like cockroaches. But if you're anything but a cockroach, is like if you're a cat or a leopard, a giraffe, or a polar bear or a whale, you don't scatter, you just stand your ground. I'm a giraffe. How can a giraffe do white collar crime? Explain this. I stick out like a sore thumb. You got white collar crime by a fucking giraffe? Wow. I caught all you said. You're so wise. I'm a total fool. All I'm doing is waiting for the geniuses to come in. Who's that guy with the mole? Let me see. You know what usually keeps you excited? Here's something. This is Nate Mendez's $1 trillion app. Pass to 5 friends or all this good luck happens. The best part is, as a bad luck entity, I can summon good luck too. And when you make it big, it's just like they do the payroll and they find out exactly how much you're paid. And they say, it's my birthday today, big guy. We saw how much you make yearly and you can afford it. That's good luck. You're expecting doom and bad luck. Good luck means it's canceled. And then they have the free time of boredom to check out how much exactly are you being paid. And then, when I found out how much somebody was paid, I went insane. Say, I do all this work for my father, and somebody younger or whatever, just by existing, gets paid the same. It's not more or less. It's just like same rate, no effort. That's the iniquity of life. And then I was like, well, now it's time to show. Since I can't compete that way, I'm going to compete with other hardworking people. And by comparison, I'm the guy who does no work but gets paid the same. And it's working out so far. You probably killed her. I don't know. How are you doing, Seven? Because of what happened, like my phone fell in the toilet. That picture of you for Sab, where it's just like a rodeo clown or a rodeo stud, and then it's like, howdy, bitch. Then you link that thing. I was laughing. I'm still laughing mentally. Howdy, bitch. Can you link that for me? Red? That shit was hilarious. I didn't know what to expect, and then I was like, I even forgot the details, which is why I want you to link it. I have some sort of amnesia, short-term memory loss. Red's a bit of a paladin. Hey, you want to be paladin of Jerusalem? All you gotta do is just like tell people, leave women alone, asshole. I'm a lawful good paladin. I know nothing of stealth. I walk into town, howdy, bitch, I'm the sheriff now. I just realized my gas tank was open. Sometimes it pops off. You see the beautiful blue sky? This is what your tax dollars go. I seen a time lapse of what? Hello, Milena Perisic. Where are you from? Are you Ukrainian? Slava Ukraini. The thing is, I know I can't pronounce it right, but if you're bored, since you said hi, and you sound like a woman, this is a book written by Colleen Hoover, I think, and it's called Without Merit. I highly recommend it. The main character is a girl named Merritt Voss. Merit Voss collects trophies, and it's right here. She hasn't earned. And, thanks for saying hi. Oh, God. I just realized Red 7's PFP resembles mine. You know what I mean? So I'm just doing this. It's just like, the parole board hearing with Frankenstein Casanova. This time I've learned my lesson. Killing all those people was bad. That's just something that flaps through your gums. Okay, see you next 6 months. You know? And that guy played like a priest in some sort of spoof of The Exorcist. I talked to Grok. I wish I would run out of material. But the thing is, there's so many sins in the world. Once I'm done talking about all my sins, now it's your turn. Yeah. The all-seeing eye showed interest in one of my TikTok videos. Great. Yeah. And let's suppose that I'm not in Gaza. Somebody in Gaza, seeing all this, some emergency medical technician, or the one inflicting pain on children, got bored. It's like, is this all there is to life? Sure, I'm a hero like Goliath, and I can squish people with impunity. But is this what my mom wanted me to do? It's like my mom didn't raise me to be a guy in pain all the time, crucified for all the sins of mankind. Jesus did all that and more. In the Bible, it's like you're gonna run out of books and paper before you can see the ramifications of Jesus Christ dying. Even though you didn't ask him for help, that's the kind of Messiah he is. He's that cool. But you won't appreciate the Lord. Oh, God. So it's nap time. The thing is, Saint Benedict of Nursia said, he's the first person. He instituted nap times for adults. If you're working in a farm and then you have your lunch and you know you did a good morning's work, you're entitled to a 20-minute nap. It doesn't really offset like the work you have to do in the afternoon and evening, but it's a reward. You made it to midday. Mavis is doing fine. She's like, it's basically a forced vacation, maternity leave. Even if she's not pregnant, I told her, pretend. A man can't be pregnant, but watch Mavis try, And I've seen like these people who interview like two trans, and they're obviously gay men who are delusional. It's like me and my partner tried different positions. I'm still not pregnant. Now they were like, you both have dicks, so obviously it doesn't work. Me, I'm of the other stripe. I'm be like, well, if you really want it to happen, keep trying. I plant seeds all the time and they sprout for no reason, other than the fact that I plant the seed and God sends all the waters. He's better than me, Right now, my challenge is planting impossible seeds. Like, if I plant a pizza and God makes a pizza tree, holy shit, I am that powerful with God. It's not gonna happen. Hey, Sean, is this do I always catch you when you're working? Or are they advertising this stupid stream? I told them, like, since you're all still alive, you have the privilege of not showing up. But what do you guys do? You go in, it's like, are there any new kids to buy? I have a lot of inventory. Ever since I go to X, I get all these ideas that they stole from me, and I was like, man, that was an idea worth stealing. In 2014, Ellen DeGeneres stole this idea of having a live child auction under the noses of people hidden in plain sight. Oh, you did? I actually believe you have a wife. I mean, it's funnier that way. Then I can pray for the soul of your wife. Like Mrs. Sean. I hope Sean's not too much of a handful. Hey, honey, look at the sushi. I ate all the sushi and the plates. You're not supposed to eat the plates. Well, it says all you can eat, right? It's a Japanese buffet. I'm very bright. You know, there's brightness, Sean, but there's never buffetness. Or like, those ancient Latin Roman names like Magnus or Maximus or, you know, something. And then there's a guy named Buffetes. Yeah, that's what Dennis Leary said. When you smoke, they keep all the heroin in the filter. Kobayashi. Yeah, that's like from The Usual Suspects or something. Kevin Spacey. But there's like, if you have a paladin, I don't know, you're not even remotely paladin like. You're a chaotic evil warrior. The only one that can defeat a paladin. Which is why I'm happy to see you, because it's like, you again? How you doing, chaotic evil warrior? How's Pattaya and the wife? Dennis, really? Leary? What are you, dyslexic now? Or is your, like, boyfriend? Your buffet Millie? Or how about Phoebe Buffet? There's a fee, be buffet. Get it? You pay a fee and then you tell the food, don't be just food, be buffet. I get a lot of my puns from friends, and it's not known for puns. It's like going to Burger King and it's like, your Whopper is really good, but your Big Mac, how did you do this? Oh, we stole it. Okay, not a cat. Your wife is a werecat witch, by the way. Around you, she's a woman. But when you're not looking, it's like, woof, wow, wow, wow. And then you look back, yes, what do you want? Why are you staring at me? But when you're not looking, she just relaxes into a cat. Wow. Try it, even with cameras on. Like, she's like, okay, Sean's been super innovative and resourceful. He's trying to catch me in my cat form. Nice try, bitch. But I know people's souls. Like, I'm a cat, As long as this camera is on me, or all these cameras, I have to look like this. But as soon as you turn it off, like when I'm asleep and you're bored, then I become a cat. Oh my goodness. I told, God or whoever's listening, the day I can make my head spin all around, live on stream, resource her. Listen, you chaotic evil warrior fuck. I'm tired of this melee back and forth, or melee. I'm gonna start saying, hey, where's the takeaway? And I'm just gonna match the Australian. Yeah, you did. There's this thing. If you link it, of course you're gonna leave my chat, but I want to play it so you don't have to.
Hey, look how cool this nigga Tom is, though. This nigga game is so cold. Look, boom, bam, throw the little small boot on the counter. Boom, pop the hat. What's up? Me gonna smoke this cig. Pop, roll it in one hand. Flip it, leave it open. Let the mouse lick it. Come here, bitch. And boom, throw it in the air. Pop it with the fire. Wow! Yeah. One pull, nigga. That motherfucker gone. I'm done with it. What's that? Howdy, bitch.
Bye, Sean. Black people are hilarious. Yeah, catch me soon. Keep on walking, pal. Pig. Yeah. As a goodbye, read this, Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. Why are you 5 people in here? I'm waiting for Johnny to come in and just drop a bowling ball on my head. You know what's going on in politics? Trump is in Scotland playing golf. It's Scottish! Can you imagine Trump saying, somebody cut in front of him? It's like, excuse me, I am playing the golf. So you are here in Scotland and you're the president. Who the fuck cares? So you're a big shot. Playing through, and it's like Trump's like, hey, foreign man, there's a line. Yeah? There's a lot of stuff. If you play golf, kids play golf these days, I see happy families where I am. I'm either in Scotland, Ireland, the Emerald Dream, some fantasy world, or just the world of work. But when Red 7 played that Tom and Jerry thing, like there's times when they do it and then the cats and the mouse don't even speak. But you watch it so many times in Saturday night morning cartoons, you mentally do the commentary. And it's just Jerry, Tom blew his smoke and it said howdy because he was trying to mac on this female cat. And then it's like the narrator is like, howdy, bitch. Thank you, Seven, for that. That gave so much context. I thought you were just like, making it up on the spot. It's like, I'm improvising. The guy's a cowboy. And then it's like, I don't know the audience. Howdy, bitch. How you doing? Have you done all your taxes? Good. I didn't know that you knew the backstory of that. And you were just leaving it like a whammy. You remind me of Sean John Puffy Combs. His fucking whammy. Like his father's war name was called a boom. He had a real name until he started booming people. It's like, this is Timmy two times. Timmy two times. How you doing? How you doing? Or like Johnny Swimming Pool Raptor. Yeah, he finds all the bodies in his swimming pool. It's hard to do. So they called him a boom. You're a fucking haboom. Are you his dad or something? You must have watched a lot of Puffy. And it's like, there's not much to watch. He's a producer. All he does is dance on talent tracks. And baby oil shit. But yeah, thank you for that, Seven. How are you doing with Sab? I know you text or Discord every day. Johnny was like, yeah, that bitch took what she wanted and left forever. And then she's back. Just kidding, psych. I don't know. It's called a false takeaway. I know that one. It's like, hey guys, I only have a minute. But who lies more in all of this, men or women? And then you leave. It's like, when is he going to ask another question again? She does it so much, she's like a monarch butterfly. I'm going to go make food. Be right back. When's she coming back? She made food. Oh, guys, you're not the only people I interact with. I have friends in real life. Yeah. And she's going to interpret this as me talking shit. The thing is, when you tell the truth and call them out, they have the mental thing is like, oh, you talking shit. I don't like that. Very Karen. Very homeowner association. And I have a few pet Karens. In my stream, I was like, okay, all the people who endorse me, Nate Mendez, a ruler of all New York, raise your hands. And Shayla Quinn was like, do it. And, she supported my little nuggets. Yes, I do. How you doing, pal? I do. I hope you're doing well, little nuggets. Now, your friend, Uncle Nate, has been hit on the head many times, and I have amnesia and short-term memory loss. But you're like, when people ask, do you remember me? I'm forced to. Tolerate this for a while. I'm going to pretend I do. And within 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to say something to stir my memory, and I will remember you. This is called, buying time. How you been? Tell me all about your day. This is where, you feel free to confess anything. Try to confess good things from the last time I saw you. Give me good news. It's like I gave you some advice, you applied it, or it's like you were too wise, and it's like, yeah, that's bullshit. It's gonna get me arrested. So yeah, it didn't work, faggot. And it's like, good. That's any feedback is great feedback. Also, if you have time, little nuggets, read this, Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. This is very boring. Look how thick that book is. It's about 1.5 inches. That's what she said. It's also $16, 22 Canadian. And then if you look at these barcode, there's supposedly 666 there. So satanic worship or whatever. That don't work on me. I figured I can be literally Satan. Oh no, satanic, as in Christian, little Christ, satanic, little Satan. Or in your case, little nuggets. Did you know that the word nugget is like nectar and nearer? It's an N-word. So you could be a black child and it's like, how you doing, black child? Want to be emancipated? Want to go to college and have multiple degrees? Go to Cambridge or Wharton? Whatever. Or if you're 98 years old, want to pretend you're two? Doesn't matter to me. See how they leave? Do you remember me? Good. Bye. I'm going to do this until 45 minutes, and then I'm just going to stretch my back. Yeah? I have to spread my seed wide. I have to go to Dollar Tree and then get some $5 things because the nearest Home Depot is like 20 minutes away. I don't want to drive there. KTU. So anyway, if you guys are smart, you're gonna see this. If you try to live stream using only 3 fingers, and it is possible, there's a chance you can live stream with all 10 fingers. When you're only using 3 fingers, you could be thinking, I'm so pro, I'm so cool, I'm so not skibbity, I'm so based, that I only need 3 fingers to defeat you. That's nice to know, but use all 10, you know? Just for yourself. That way God can see he put his whole effort. Let's confuse him with an all-new ability. Or her. Like if a woman grew a penis, that's news, you know? Hermaphrodite. Or if you were born with one. It's basically for the eggheads, accountants. Like, I was listening to the Come Town, and it's like, okay, we have a raffle. And, you know, all of you pay us a certain amount of money, $10, $15, and we'll just pick it out of a hat. And then you get to have dinner with me and Stav. And you get to say anything you want. We'll laugh at all your jokes. And then, like, you know, flatter you. It's like, you know, you're so important that who else is going to do all the spreadsheets? You know, comedy really lost the talent when you had to do accounting. And somebody to interpret iteration 0. Oh yeah, good. Thank you for all the thing. I happen to have weird fans who are legit 12 years old, 14 years old. And just like that Come Town episode where Nick was like, well, children, and this and that. You know? I try to be of value to all ages. If he's age appropriate, looking for 12-year-old girls, I'll help him. But at that age, he should be focusing on his studies. You know? And most times, not little kids, I mean, they're little people. They want to be remembered. It's just like, I said something important, you don't care. I do care, but so do all the other people. They hit me on the head. You're lucky you don't get hit in the head every time you try to learn something. At 12, you know? Like, Red 7 is your babysitter, actually. Since he's apparently handsome, you want to learn from the handsome guy, you know? And he knows all about cartoons. I don't think he knows how to be a pedophile. I think he knows how to be a slick guy, a Chad. I know, exactly. You see how good Red is? You'd be a great father, dude. If you're not one already. With this one, with little nuggets, little dinosaur nuggets, you could be like, I'm Uncle 7. And she'll answer, where's Uncle 8? Did you eat him? Because 7, 8, 9. Ah! You know, talking down to little kids is my forte. Is he here? Is like, I don't need to hear this bull hockey. I'm going to go play in my room. Slam the door. Racist boys. Like boys at 12 know anything about racism. Unless they were in, in Colombia, decapitating people or having blacks whipped. They don't know shit about racism, and you know it. This is your chance to be Uncle 7 or Uncle Red, Foreman. You know what I mean? You can say things like, well, why do all these bad things happen to you? Because you're a dumbass. All the angst you get, where's Sab? And you're panicking like a 12-year-old girl or boy. You get to do it to a nephew or something, or a niece. Now, if you bad touch your niece, that's not my problem. Don't come crying to me. My only answer to that is retards. We all know one. Normally, I'm this guy. But if you want to be this guy, Red, I'll be this guy. I told him, don't come crying to me. Howdy, bitch. That black guy laughs so. Oh, yeah, yeah. You can say the N word fine, but when he's laughing, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? N word sayer. Yeah, all the cool kids dropped hard R's, but never the hard F's. You know what I mean? Then, back then, where you and I grew up, I guess, like faggotry is still an emerging science. It's like don't say hurtful. It's just like hitting the mushroom. You gotta let it, bloom so we can harvest the LSD or something. Is a bit? Is it? Okay. Be careful, platonic. Sometimes platonic is like, where's that guy, girl or guy I'm platonic with? Oh, they found somebody else. Then that platonic bit becomes real emotion. So if you believe it's a bit, I'll believe it's a bit. But don't come crying to me if that one person is always tired of the other. I need to grow. Can't you stay forever with me? No, I'm a free spirit. Oh, I'm sure. See, like Batman speaks normal in Gotham as Bruce Wayne, but Bruce Wayne is the identity, the secret identity. Batman is the real person. Okay, so like an insane psychopath can talk normal to 7-Eleven clerks. Doesn't make them normal. Far from it. You want to be deluded? I'm not gonna pop your bubble. Yes, Sab is a normal person, just like you. It's just a bit. However, like Jeffrey Dahmer, he seemed like a quiet man. He bought fish. I didn't know he could eat that many people. He never mentioned it. He wanted a fish tank. He talked normal to me. Yeah, it's better. Like, I was going to recommend to you be Joker. But, with Catwoman or any woman, be careful. They were taught by their dad. Every woman is guided by two men. If she's like forever alone, her father and her brother, or if she dreams of unborn children, like her boyfriend and her dumbass son that she's gonna sell for slavery, or like what white girls do, it's like, here, hold all the loot while I shoplift, and then when they chase, you take all the blame and mommy gets away with it. Okay, good. The Batman and assume Bruce Wayne were on the Discord. Hi, Sab, how are you doing? Try to elicit information. Draw out her psychopathy so you won't be scared or surprised. Better to be Batman and not need the persona than needing to be Batman and you don't know a single thing about it. Practice. It's all a form of training. Whatever makes you feel like Batman. Michael Keaton Batman is ideal. You just look like, Joker looks at him. What can you do? You're just a rich playboy, like coddled, spoon in your mouth. Okay? Don't let her put you in traps. So we really fooled him, didn't we, Red? Yeah, we did. So, Sab, since we're all talking normal all the time, what's the next move here? And write that shit down for yourself in code. I know she's lurking. The whole point of like a woman being quiet, she's making plans to murder you or me. The first time she spoke, that's a warning. If a woman don't say anything to me, she already hired assassins. And I'm going to convert all those assassins too. That's the thing. They go, well, you can't be talked to. There will be a day. It's like you're fooling all the busters, fine. But you are a buster, and so is she. Self-delusion dies hard. Yeah, as Batman, you're not suspicious enough. Always assume, be proven wrong, have a little bit of sigh of relief, shields up. Just like, the picture, the meme, the black guy with a knife, never relax around blacks. Camel Crush, menthol silver. Don't ask me because I'll expect, like, if you see me, it's like, where's my pack? I told you for a reason. I gave you helpful advice to survive. It wouldn't hurt you or kill you to give me a pack. This is like, I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me. And I'm going to pretend I didn't answer. That way I have no expectation of you, Batman. It's like this. I style myself after Superman. If I see Batman going gaga over Harley Quinn or Poison Ivy or Catwoman or Cheetah or something, is this? I'm just don't come crying to me. You know, you're being dumb right now. I got a crush. Yeah, Superman. Actually, I'm Ultraman. I am supposed to talk more like an Italian. You know, like Superman speaks like a corn-fed Iowan. You know, but like Ultraman, not the robot. Ultraman, the DC character, came before Ultraman, the Japanese robot. I thought it was just like the other way around. So that's sometimes I slip into Italian. I don't know why. I'm supposed to be Robert Reynolds, the Sentry, which is their thing. Is like when Superman goes insane, he kills his sidekick and his dog. And the problem with being Ultraman is, like, I only get powers when I crush kryptonite and snort it through my nose. In this case, menthol cigarettes. That's why I smoke a lot. It keeps me calm. There's like all this stress. So like I'm gonna pretend you didn't ask me, and then you didn't I didn't answer, and you don't remember. Just like you just read that somewhere, and it's not relevant to all your happiness. Like MK Ultra. Johnny's a little bit scared of like I can curse and X. Yeah, everything has a downside. Like oxygen is so cool to breathe. Too bad if you concentrate it in a hospital and you smoke, it sets the people on fire. Aside from all that, oxygen is pretty cool. You know? Again, Red, if you want to be retarded, that's fine. I've been retarded for most of my life. I'm glad you're picking up the slack. I can look meritorious right now. That's my friend Merritt. He looks like that. And it's like, before, I was like, hey, Merritt, what if we elected Trump 3 terms? No. Now you're being the dummy. I'll be like, no, Brad, don't believe the lies about Sab, or don't believe the truth. The truth she shows you is something that helps her agenda. You're in her inner circle. You have a private Discord room. So, Red, just like Kitty, how you doing? What are we going to do about Michael Kelso? And then glug, glug, glug. Let's hit you with some all new MK Ultra. So I work with Grok, and it's basically from 3 to 10 fingers. You ever put 10 fingers in Sab? 3 is good. 10 is a lot better though. You got like a fish. Well, you're gonna. See, part of this Batman is like in the Justice League, I'm the muscle in your brains. So find out all you know about Wonder Woman before she attacks you. As Batman, you have to have a contingency plan. I nominally lead, but you're the handsome one. Superman or Ultraman can genocide. I just gotta know which. Do you want to genocide all of Sab's enemies or her family? You can choose. If you don't really know her that much, she's been sent to destroy you. You know what I mean? In fact, like Sentry in the Void, maybe you've been Sab all this time. When you zonk out, and then you start typing a Sab, and then you wake up, huh? What did Sab say? Well, I'm going to respond as Red 7. And then you black out again, and then you wake up. Yeah, good. She's a Jew broad. Don't expect anything more from a Jew broad other than these 2 facts. She's a Jew, and she's a broad. Anything else is extra, bonus. Okay? Some women are free spirits. It's like trying to chain the moon. Good luck doing it. If you manage to do it, there are plenty of other moons. Now all your enemies know you like moons. Treat her that way. Just like Batman's always like careful around Catwoman, Selena Kyle. Be like that. For sometimes he's a jewel thief, but I'll help you on this case, Batman. But always beware of her claws and her knife. Always. Batman's been stabbed, melted in this, so he's wary. There's a lot of females. Just like with Cheetah. She looks like a big furry, and it's like, you're not trying to use manipulation on me, are you, Batman? I'm wise on all your tricks. And he says two words: try me, you know? So you gotta be that kind of Batman because she's doing that to you. Hey, Red, try me. Just you and me all alone at Discord, exchanging ideas. Then you realize maybe this bitch is setting me up. You don't read that much, too. I like these one-on-ones with busters because, I told the rest of the bust, like, you have the privilege. You woke up today and you remain alive, so you're all stupid. I'm waiting for the all-new geniuses, the 12-year-old people, and you did some research for me. He's a legit 12 years old. For a dumb kid like that to shut the fuck up and listen to his elders, you're doing good. You're doing very good. I don't find any evil in you. This is why I'm confident you can be Batman. Around you, I don't have to be fucking Joker. I get to be Superman. My mom dressed me up as Superman when I was 8 or something. Love that outfit. Faster than a speeding bullet. I'll read to you. Okay? You know who's the greatest author of all time? I read something that he wrote. It just changed my fucking life. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share that one line that this amazing author, greater than Shakespeare, or all the other authors, Harry Harrison, Piers Anthony, Terry Pratchett, Craig Shaw Gardner, because you're here. Okay? This guy wrote one line that I'll never forget in all my life. I pinned it. It was just five words, but it's life changing. Maybe you have a hint who the fuck it. I don't know his real name though. That's the thing. I only know his pen name online. But he wrote 5 words that changed my fucking life. I have it in my channel. It's pinned. You know? As Superman, I play all sorts of mind games on Batman too. Because I'm from Krypton and he's from Earth. He's peak human, but he's not peak Kryptonian. The first thing I do is scan for weaknesses. If you need a big dumb muscle guy, I'll be that guy. But if I see you drifting and falling into a pit, I'm not going to watch you die. I'm going to say my thing, hey Bruce, don't do that. And he fell into the pit. Serves you right, motherfucker. This is called the flattery trap. If you accept this MK Ultra, you will be. You grow into the role. If you don't want to be, then even better. Resistance writing is sadly still writing. I'm going to be watching you. Maybe you know who the greatest author of all time is. But, that's what a pen name is all about. You don't have to tell people if you're a private citizen, unless you're in court, and even then, I'm not a public figure. You can ask me about general rights, but I'm not going to give you stuff. I learned that from investigating Obama. It's like Satwin Eng or something. His niece, and she's a private citizen, she's not supposed to provide proof of life because she's a private citizen. That's even better, Batman. In fact, if you literally change you're due for a name change, you can write I am Batman. I'm not going to attack you. I'm in the Justice League. Doesn't scare me. He's Batman. We work together as a team. He says that to scare you. I'm Batman. And you all know it. Superman likes a lot of ventriloquism. That's what peak human looks like. Hey, Batman, somebody wants a timeout. What are you going to do about it? You're going to stare at, Riddler over there? He is inside the Hall of Justice. I'm gay. Riddle me this, Batman. I'm just like a Superman. I could laser him. Or in the context of this, I could hide him. I could time him out. But why do I have mods in all this? You know what I mean? Exactly. So, since you don't have the attention span, you have a natural instinct to punish people, like Batman. You know? Pretend that's Sab. I know. But you haven't watched Ender's Game with the Maury, what's his name? Ben Kingsley. And he goes to Asa Butterfield, Ender Wiggin, and says, just because your enemy isn't attacking you doesn't mean he's not planning to. Make it preemptive. Put yourself on his level. Just if you were thinking, just in case you think I'm soft, I know how to use the timeout button. And of course, like Johnny or all the other people, he'll make threats. You know, why? Next time I see you, you better be ready. I was born ready. But, you know, if you want to go into the Legion of Doom, I'm also there as Joker. I don't mind transitioning from Ultraman, who's also a bad guy in the Crime Syndicate, to Joker. You passed the test, Red. Yes, why would you attack our fellow Legion of Doom member? Makes no sense. We need to make more cash money so we can all split and spend it all. What's the next caper, boys? Popcorn Fire ain't bothering anyone, which means he ain't helping anyone. So he's collecting like basically pension or welfare off the backs of criminals like you and me. You know what I mean? And you're fine with that? It comes out of your pocket. That's all I know. You want to protect him? Well, he's high maintenance, high upkeep. Leadership is the same whether you're doing crime or law enforcement. Sometimes it's both. Popcorn ain't bothering anyone. That means you're like, he knows now that you have a soft heart and you're one of those heroes. Like, howdy, bitch. I'm the sheriff. Gonna save the town now. Why did the villain shoot me in the chest? How did I know? Like, that's just the barkeeper. Why'd he shoot me? Always assume someone got a plan against you. That way you won't be surprised. You know, like I said, serves you right, Batman. Riddler shot you in the dick. Humans. You know? You guys are merely metropolitan, or like cities. I protect fucking planets. I'm vulnerable to magic. Homelander can laser me, because he's brutal. The Sentry, they came out with the Thunderbolts. You know? They give me a sweat. Dark Side. You know, all these things. I don't have to pull back or hold back because I gotta hit him as hard as I can. First, it's like Ender Wiggin. They're all gonna cheat against me unfairly. The only recourse is to cheat against them unfairly first. And you don't have that killer instinct back then. You want to preserve Gotham. You know, me and Selena Kyle have a date later, Superman. Lex Luthor is gonna blow up Gotham City. Don't know what to tell you, Bruce. Don't come crying at me. I gave you the warning. I'm trying to stop Lex, and boy, it's hard to do. So now I know, you know, you two are thick as thieves, which lets me be Ultraman and the Sentry and all these bad guys. And I do a lot of villain training. As long as, you know, you're immobilized. He's not bothering anyone until he does. You know, I'll enjoy your modding. I need a PR guy, the face of the organization. You don't have to be so mean all the time. Okay. This is a crime syndicate. You'll be the public relations guy. Go smooch with Sab a few more hours. It's like I've seen this in the crime syndicate. Owlman and Power Girl or something, which is basically like Superwoman and Wonder Woman, and they're having an affair, and it's like, I know it. But if I get angry, like, I know, I don't care. Don't make me care, you know? This is a good time to end because I have all these other things to do, like Sab. I'm gonna get some food. Be right back. Hope you don't miss me too badly. Bye, y'all.